Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. Today we're doing the what's next on Jose Pedraza, the former 2-division world champion from 130, 135 pounds, as he continued his goal to try to become, a 3-division world champ, as he took on former lightweight champ Richard Commey in a big crossroads fight. It really was a crossroads type of situation, and he did. It was a good fight. A lot of people thought he won. He boxed well. Commey landed some good shots. It went to the scorecards though, and it was scored a draw. So it was a good, hard-fought 10-round battle. Again, I don't understand why they have two former champions like this who are used to 12-round fights fighting each other, and they're both top 10 guys fighting each other in a 10-round battle. I don't understand that, but that's what happened. And again, the fight ended in a draw. So in a way, I'm kind of glad for both guys that it ended in a draw, because it keeps their future dealings open. With both guys being top-ranked fighters, it leaves the door open for them to challenge other top-ranked guys. Now, the big question is, what's next for Jose Pedraza following the draw? And for me, I think a rematch is definitely very possible for these two. Maybe the next time they'll fight in a 12-rounder. So can't wait to see that. But I also think there's other directions that that they could go in. So we're gonna run that Pedraza can go in, and we're going to run through the top 10 for Pedraza and see what is possible for him following this draw against Richard Commey. So we start with a Josh Taylor fight. Not likely to happen, even though they're both affiliated with Top Rank. Not likely that Taylor, following his potential showdown with Jack Catterall, would want to fight a guy like Pedraza. Pedraza just doesn't really bring anything to the table. And, Taylor's beating the guy that beat Pedraza in Jose Ramirez. And it just really doesn't make sense for Taylor to go after Pedraza at this point. So I don't see this one being a possibility. Then you got Jose Ramirez, which would be a rematch. Well, they fought already earlier this year. Ramirez won a clean decision. I don't think anybody really had a problem with that, so it really wouldn't make sense for them to fight again at this point. Next is a rematch with Jose Cepeda. They fought a couple years ago. Cepeda cleanly outboxed him over 10 rounds. Wouldn't make sense for Cepeda either, especially him coming off of, especially him lined up for the WBC title. A win over Prograis to become champion wouldn't make sense for a rematch, and even a loss, it kind of wouldn't make sense either. Maybe with a loss, but I really don't see this one going down. But you never know with both of them being top-ranked guys. You never know. But I don't see a cause for a rematch, even if he were to lose Cepeda. Next is Regis Prograis. Prograis, if he defeats Jose Cepeda next, he's lined up to fight. He has to fight Jose Ramirez for the title in a mandatory fight. So that kind of takes that off the table. Now, if Prograis were to lose to Cepeda, they're under different banners. They're not under the same promotion. So I don't really think these two guys could be fighting. Then we look at Jack Catterall. Catterall is a DAZN guy. If he were to defeat Josh Taylor in his next bout in their rematch to become the WBO champion, I wouldn't completely rule out a guy like Pedraza, but I just think he has other better options, and he's going to be sitting at the top of the division, so I don't think it really makes sense. Plus, he's a guy who fights on DAZN, so it doesn't really make sense for him to fight a top-ranked guy unless there's a demand for it. Then we got Gary Antoine Russell. Not likely. Russell's with the PBC and Pedraza's with Top Rank, so I don't see that one. Sandor Martin he's floating around the top 10. Not likely, because he's kind of a DAZN guy, and really just there's not a demand for this kind of fight. So I don't see it. Victor Postol, the former champ, I don't see him being a possibility. Postal has ties with the PBC. Even though he fought on Top Rank, I think he's kind of a free agent. They are both former champions, so maybe a crossroads bout if the fight could be made, but I think Pedraza might have other better options. And then, like a guy like Montana Love, I'm not even really sure he's still in my top 10, but he's a DAZN Matchroom fighter. So to me, that doesn't really make sense for those two to lock up there. And then you look at a guy like Teofimo Lopez. Lopez is brand new to 140 pounds. He just defeated Pedro Campa. And, these two guys never shared the ring. And Lopez is probably looking to get back in the ring by the end of the year, maybe January. And I could see Lopez taking on a guy like Pedraza next, giving him an opportunity, kind of a way to build. And Pedraza didn't lose to Commey, so it kind of makes sense. So that's pretty much it. There's other guys floating around like Albert Puello, Batir Akhmadov. Those guys are both PBC fighters, so I don't see it. But if I'm being realistic, I really think a rematch with Commey, or he probably is going to get tapped to fight Teofimo Lopez next. So we just got to wait and see what happens. But I like that Pedraza stayed alive and kept himself an option for some of these other guys. He's kind of a gatekeeper to some extent, and and it's going to keep his options open, and opportunities could be there for him to get into title contention. So we'll see. But that's it. That's what I got. That's what's next on former 2-division champ Jose Pedraza following his draw with Richard Commey. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.